your operations are resilient. Resilience applies to all aspects of business, but it's especially relevant to supply chains for two reasons. First, as mentioned, most supply chains were built assuming a stable world and never reconfigured as markets turned increasingly volatile. If you can find a lower-cost supplier, make the change. The risks seem minimal. Now we are experiencing some of the risks. They're big. The need for expedited shipments and stockpiling makes costs explode. Stockouts lead to loss of revenue and loss of customers. Constant firefighting makes employees lose purpose and quit in droves. Now we have learned, if you can effectively address these risks and be more resilient than your competitors, you will gain advantage and win market share. Second, thinking about VUCA and supply chains highlights the role of operations. In the early 20th century, companies had to efficiently arrange their assembly lines and processes on the factory floor. This was the biggest key to their success. It was the age of operations. Then, through 20th century advances in marketing and technology and an overall increase in prosperity, operations stepped back and focus shifted to enabling demand-driven strategies. The product gets made, whatever. Let's talk about how we'll advertise it. Now, we are at the cusp of another pivotal change. The pandemic didn't just disrupt supply chains. It gave a preview of vast disruptions to come. Some firms will navigate those disruptions by optimizing the flow of materials, cash, and information through global networks. Their resilience will provide them with greater profits than they would get by continuing to focus on costs or advertising or technology for its own sake. This is an exciting opportunity for executives. But reaching this level of resilience will require a lot of work. You need new operational strategies. You need to transform your operations to fulfill those strategies. And more than that, you need a new mindset that puts resilient operations at the heart of your company. Operations should shape corporate strategies. Resilience should shape corporate values. This book will show you how. It discusses core principles, shows how to put plans into practice, and examines how to respond to scenarios of the future. Its insights have arisen from our firm's work with clients, which we have frequently distilled into articles published as part of the Kearney Supply Chain Institute, KSCI. The book is anchored in 5 business principles of resilient operations. 1. Build resilience against supply shocks by empowering your supply base. 2. Build resilience against demand shocks by using your operations to create customer value. 3. Create resilient teams by leaning into new ways of working and the benefits of diversity. 4. Enable resilience through technology by combining human judgment with artificial intelligence. 5. Ensure long-term resilience by embracing sustainability. We're not claiming that any of these principles are earth-shatteringly new. Indeed, they've stood the test of time. Now they need to be applied across operations. Finding the right combination of these 5 principles that works for your specific firm will lead you to resilience and beyond. To operations that are regenerative and able to recover from any disruption or crises. Thus, will you ensure sustained success. In part 1 of this book, we lay out the strategy of how these 5 principles can be combined to drive your future profitability and growth. In part 2, we go into more detail on how to implement resilience. For each principle, we provide 5 actions, from the tactical to the strategic, to bring that principle to life. We provide plenty of examples of real-life firms doing this work. Then in part